I'm Jess. I'm an instructional designer in CDE, and I am very excited to introduce you to one of my favorite tools for making your Canvas courses look cleaner, more organized, and even just a little bit more fun. And it's called the DesignPLUS Sidebar by Cidi Labs. And this tool is really cool, it's really easy to use, and it can make a really big difference in how students experience your course. So DesignPLUS makes it easy to personalize Canvas content, and it works on basically every kind of Canvas page, from pages, assignments, discussions, classic quizzes, and even on your syllabus page. So whether you're building something from scratch or just sprucing up your existing pages, this sidebar is right there to help. What makes it so fun to use is how much it lets you do without needing to do anything with any HTML. So with the sidebar, you can use template pages and pre-style content blocks that we set up for you. You can change icons, swap out images easily, make links into buttons, tables, lists, columns, all of that fun stuff. You can also add accordions, expanders, and tabs to organize your content, and even check your headings to make sure you have the right levels in there, check your image alt text, and make sure all of your links are accessible. And it is a super powerful tool and is an awesome way to boost the design and usability of your course. All right, so let's try it out. So you can start by going to any page in a Canvas course and clicking the edit button, just like you normally would. And then it'll bring up the normal editor. And then you're going to click in this editing area, and you're going to choose or select Control 1 on your keyboard. And that's going to open up the DesignPLUS sidebar for you. If it's the first time you're using the sidebar, it'll ask you to authorize Cidi Labs DesignPLUS, and you'll just click OK, and then this should pop up. So once it's open, first you want to take a second to adjust a few of your settings. So we want to go to this 3 dots kebab menu, go to user settings, and it has this nice walkthrough too if you want to do that. So I'm going to choose to automatically launch the sidebar and to show the launch button so that I don't have to remember to choose Control 1 every time, and so that it just opens on its own every time I edit a page. I'm going to hide that intro user message, and I'm going to enable all advanced tools. You don't need to enable all of those, but you can if you want to. And then I enable beta tools as well, so new tools before they're completely released. So once you do that, you don't have to click save or anything, it just remembers. And then I just wanted to talk through navigating the sidebar a little bit. So the toolbar navigation is at the very top. So you have the full screen option, undo, redo, and then you can close the sidebar with this button. And then if you close the sidebar, it'll remember you the next time, or you can click Control 1 again. And then this is the main navigation, and that's where you'll choose if you want to edit the current element, add new elements, check accessibility, go to the help and tutorials, or access your advanced tools. Then the action toolbar is where you preview and select what you want to do. So you can select your text, copy text, cut, duplicate, clear all your styles, move something up or down, add paragraphs before or after, and so on. So the help option is actually very helpful. It gives you a link to our DesignPLUS resources and training guide, which I recommend you do if you're going to be playing with DesignPLUS a bunch. And then it also gives you other Cidi Labs user guides and tutorials. They have walkthroughs, videos, other support. It's super great. Definitely explore those options. So if you have just a regular page and you're looking to make it a little bit more fun and interesting, The first thing I like to do is go to the Add New Elements option. And then here it'll give me a Getting Started block or option. And that gives you the main things that you probably need to update on your course or want to update at the very least. So to make it look like all of the other pages in the course, you can choose Theme. And then the theme that the UTA template uses is called Flat Sections 2. So we'll apply that one so you can kind of see how that comes out. And then we can add some headings here. So instead of just, it's easy, we can add a heading level 3 there. And then if we want to add an icon, we can just choose the add icon in the icon picker and then make it the DesignPLUS logo. And then we can do that for other headings too if we want, or start exploring some of the other templates that we have. So if we wanted to go and apply a whole template page, we'd select template content. And then you can look at all of the different preset pages that we have. So we have them organized by assignments, discussions, general. So if you want directions for annotated bibliographies, we have that. The lockdown browser instructions live here. APA 7 Quick Start, finding sources through the UTA libraries, all sorts of fun pages. If you wanted some assignment pages, we have some ideas for you here. And then these are the ones that are included in the template under assignments. So we have the assignment, the classic quiz discussion, the H5P activity, and then the quizzes. We also have some other template pages that you can play around with and use if you want. But if you're looking for just maybe a little bit smaller of a something to implement, you could go to Add New Elements and search for Snippet. And then that will give you different HTML snippets that you can use to just insert into your course. So if you wanted a block quote, you could insert that there. If you wanted a true-false quick check, you could add that in. There's a text box area, check boxes. So students could check off the list items if you wanted them to, or whatever else. Then if you decided you didn't want to do that, you can just go back. And then there's the flip cards, a pro and con list, different ways to present assignment details, a getting started button, video details or information, all sorts of fun stuff. And then the other place where you can find template information is under content blocks. So you'll have to add a content block to be able to access those. And then when you're in the content block, so you want to have this selected, you can also find all of these different content block templates. So depending on what you're doing, you can add these right into your course. Maybe columns, an icon grid. The instructional ones are pretty cool. They're usually quick check based. And we add to these as new ones come out, or we make new ones that we think other people would like. And then there's also some interactive ones that we're going to be working on adding these. But so far we have checkbox readiness. So you can ask students, are you ready to go? So you can have them select that they did these things, and then just before they move on to the next page or the next module, whatever you want to do. You could also add a reflection text area if you wanted students to write in some brief reflection about the module or whatever else, but these aren't saved, so they're just as a note for the student, basically. And then you could also add things like video playlists tabs. So if you have a lot of videos in the course, you can put them in tabs so that they're a little bit easier to navigate. And we'll just see what that looks like when we click save. So the checkboxes, you can check them off. They don't stay checked, so if you refresh the page, they'll go away. But it's still fun to be able to interact with the text in that way through the checkboxes or type in something here. And then, so if you have several videos, you could have each of them in their own tabs so that it keeps your page a little bit smaller and more digestible. And that's just a few of the things that DesignPLUS can do, and it's really easy and fun. And thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any questions, and just try it out and let us know what you think.